Hey you guys, welcome aboard Crab Central Station. My name is Darcy, and in this video, I am going to teach you guys the proper way to hold your hermit crab. Let's get started. Disclaimer, before I can teach you guys how to properly handle and hold your hermit crab, I first need to let you know that hermit crabs are a hands-off pet. If you were hoping that you were going to be able to cuddle with your hermit crab or take them out for play dates, I'm sorry, this just isn't the case for hermit crabs. Check out this video in our iCard right here about all the reasons why you should not handle your hermit crab, why they should not be removed from their environment. It is so important to their health and safety, you guys. Now, that being said, there are a couple reasons that you might need to go ahead and handle your hermit crab for health reasons, and that is what this video is all about. So now, let's get on with the video. Let's talk about the reasons why you might want to remove your hermit crab from their tank. One reason could be that you need to relocate them, perhaps for a power outage. Maybe you're moving to a new house and you're having to tear down your tank, so you need to take your hermit crabs out. Perhaps you need to relocate them due to some type of emergency going on within your tank, like aggression and fighting is happening, or there's some type of limb loss for some reason, you're not really sure what's going on. That would be another reason. And also for health checks, you might need to remove your hermit crab to see if they have mites or shell rot or some kind of fungal bacterial infection going on. You might need to go ahead and remove them from the tank to inspect further what's going on so that you could then adjust their environment to help them out in that situation. Guys, those are the only reasons that you would need to remove your hermit crab. Basically, we're talking about emergency situations. Reasons that you have no other choice but to remove them from the tank. So if it's not one of those reasons, please leave your hermit crabs in their environment where they feel comfortable and safe and have the resources that they need to survive. Even if you're removing your crab for a health check or something, one of those reasons we just talked about, you want to have a bin ready to hold your hermit crab over the top of, because in the case that they fall, or there have been cases where hermit crab feels so threatened that they drop their shell. And so if you're holding them and they decide to leave their shell, then they will fall into the safety of this bin right here that you're holding them over. All right, something else that we really like to use if we're gonna be handling our hermit crabs is some piece of wood. You could use a cork round, you could use a cholla piece of wood. This is just some bark that we have in their tank. And the reason that I like to use this is because they have something to hold on to. And I can inspect my hermit crab for the most part on a piece of wood like this without actually handling them on my hands or dangling them in the air, which seems very threatening to them and unsafe. So I would highly suggest, if you know you're going to be moving your hermit crab, go ahead and have something that they can grasp onto. Even in some type of decor in your tank works just fine. All right, you guys, so now that I have him safe on a table, a flat surface, I've got my dish right here with some substrate. I do have this piece of wood. He didn't end up holding on to that, but I'm still gonna hold it under him as I do a health check. So there are two ways that typically people hold their hermit crab. The way that I prefer is towards the back of their shell. So just carefully grab the very back. Oh, he doesn't come out. All right, and so, hey, Mr. Brevy. So I would give him this piece of log right here. You can see that he's reaching for, he's already kind of grabbed on. And I can go ahead and do my inspection right here pretty easily looking at him on this piece of wood. Okay, if I was looking for mites or bacterial, fungal, some kind of limb loss or gel limb or something like that, this is plenty good. I can see this just fine, and hopefully he's feeling safe enough that he's not going to fall out of the air because he's got this piece of wood. Okay, and you would want to do this again as quickly as possible because he's pretty scared about what's going on. So that is what you would want to do. Now, some people do hold their hermit crabs on the palm of their hand. That is not the way that I prefer because they do get a little bit, touchy. But you can kind of gently tap their legs and they will retract into their shell, again, because they're scared. So the moral of this, you guys, is to be as quick as possible, to be gentle, but know that they have pinchers and they will pinch you because they are nervous. And so you definitely want to be careful. Kids, you don't want to do this. You want your parents to do this. And so that is the best way to handle your hermit crab. By the back of the shell, you can see that he can reach his legs back behind me, behind the shell to grab me. So you do need to be mindful of that. Their leg span is pretty big. So like I said, this, you definitely need to be very careful and mindful of what you're doing so that you don't get hurt and so that your hermit crab does not get hurt, and do your quick inspection and then get them back in their tank. So we are going to return Mr. Brevy here to his tank so that he can have the heat and humidity that he needs to be safe. So thank you guys so much. Thanks, Mr. Brevy. All right, I hope that these tips are helpful for you in the case that you do have to remove your hermit crab from their enclosure. I hope that you can now feel more secure and safe and maybe less stressed about the correct way to handle them and keep them safe while also keeping yourself safe and knowing the reasons why to remove them. So if you haven't already, I just want to encourage you guys to please subscribe to our channel and hit the bell so you can be notified when we drop new content. Follow us on our social medias, you guys. We do all kinds of fun stuff over there. We really don't want you to miss out on that. And until the next video, take care. We'll see you later. Bye.